Hey everyone, afternoon. This is me, second video today. I don't know why my shit crashed, but I wanted to say it's nice weather, like 5 something, 5 or some change. I don't know what the fuck these kids are doing. Actually, no, I can't really say that. I can't be angry at a public park. You know, I don't run the park, but basically my announcement is I just want to say that it is okay. It is okay to feel sad. It is okay to sometimes feel helpless. It is okay for you to think that things in your life are negative and you are not in a state that you would have been maybe a year ago, before everything, before so many riots, before race relations came to the forefront of your perception of the world, COVID, how it may have impacted you or your family. Everybody has their own reasons why things are negative to them in the world, and everybody deals with it. The reality is, though, you're not alone. Not only are you not alone, in terms of negative things happening in the world, this has always been a thing. But one thing that we do have access to, which we didn't have much access to in the same way in the past, is access to information. And the best way to do, and I mean the internet. You're dealing with some social anxiety, you're just dealing with things for whatever reason. It is okay to be by yourself, look up some of the viewpoints of other people, and see some tips from medical professionals about how you can improve your mental wellness throughout this year, and just as a tool to deal with stress in general. Even after coronavirus is done, there's still going to be negative things going on. Even though race shit may improve somewhat, which I'm not necessarily sure. So even as like a minority, you may feel somewhat like stuck in limbo. We've dealt with things similar, just bad things in the past before. The idea is, with the stress, you want to be able to gain access to things or get information to deal with the stress so it doesn't fuck you over, right? And what I mean by fucking you over, you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing. You're drinking more, you're doing things that are going to be a problem for you. It's very important to make an effort to read. It's very important to pay attention to some of the literature. Pay attention to the literature, to a consensus about things for mental health. If it's your weight issues you have gained, for whatever it is, it's very important to get it out somewhere, write it down, and look it up, and to realize you're not alone. This is all age ranges, you know, and I'm not, you know, me as a person, I have a pretty high baseline of happiness. And you know, I'm pretty good now. Am I 100% content? No, because race issues and all that, you know, that's never going to make me content. But am I able to deal with enough to where a lot of these things that are happening negative to me that are negative in the world aren't creating my perception of reality to be negative and causing me to take certain actions that are going to be counterproductive to me in the future, because it's like a band-aid on a problem. I've had experience, you know, writing things down, paying attention, trying to read, looking up things about philosophy, and so on and so forth. So my tips are, first, writing out what are problems that you think there are with you. Try to get a holistic understanding of these things. Try to get a decent understanding of these things to kind of move forward. Whatever it may be, health, mental illness that are leading to mental well-being that is related to health, any of these things. If you make an effort to read and try to figure out, you know, look on some online forums and see some tips that other people may have used to try and improve their well-being, it's a good thing to do. But the first thing to do is you must acknowledge that things that are happening with you are bad. And it's good to write it out. And then look for some solutions to this problem, because you're not the only one or the first one in human history to deal with things that may be so stressful that, you know, you're not sure where you're going, you know. And these solutions are going to be different depending on a case-by-case basis, depending on who you talk to, because everybody deals with their own negative problems. But it is okay to acknowledge that right now, with shit going on, you're not okay. The main thing you need to be aware of, one of the main things to be aware of for this is finding a route to gain access to useful information fruitful information and information that doesn't lead you to become like to where the actions that you engage in, they negatively impact other people, you know? Everybody has their own threshold of stress. Everybody has their own threshold of pain and all of these things. And, you know, while, you know, there's a lot of confusion, like there's a lot of separation and a lot of negative things, even with Republicans and all of that, you must acknowledge that, you know, everybody to an extent, all the problems are, everyone has problems. And though it may take some more work for other people to deal with their problems as others, some problems may take people being accountable for it. You want to make sure that when it comes to you, you're safe, and what you spread out or what you contribute to doesn't feed into negative things. The accountability was kind of like on Republicans, you know, like, you know, I don't want you to be like a Republican reading this, listening to this, and it's like, oh, like it's the Democrats, their problem. No, you obviously that's not true. The idea is you want to get sound arguments, you want to get clear information, accurate information, facts, fact checking in order to reaffirm your perception of reality, making sure that your perception of reality is in line with people who are able to rationalize, to analyze the information that you're throwing out, to believe that what you're saying is true. If you can't rationalize your perception of reality to other people, you know, that can lead to other negative things. That can lead to negative things because the way that you're portraying it. So it's important to read. It's important to acknowledge, to be fine with things going bad, and, you know, baby steps to giant strides. It takes time, you know. A lot of people are going through a lot of shit, and, you know, even for Republicans or right-leaning people, I'm you know, there has to be a precise attempt to try and just improve the well-being of everybody, you know. Hurt people hurt other people. You got to find out why they're hurt, though, you know. And, you know, as much as people may shit on Republicans, and I have problems with many Republicans, and I think many of them are white supremacists, these white supremacists didn't just come out of nowhere. A lot of the pain, the anger, the envy, all these negative things, it takes people to kind of take a step back and trying to understand them. So, and those people are hurt, you know, so many people are hurt. You're not alone. You just got to read, try and understand yourself, try and improve yourself, get it out, write it out, speak to somebody, and be clear, and have I don't have like the words for it, have an effective plan to improve your well-being. That's it. You know, I was rambling, but, you know, I'm fortunate. You know, a lot of people are going through bad shit. I know I'm like repeating myself, but a lot of people are going through bad shit. You don't want to contribute to it if it doesn't include like them being accountable for some of the things that they contributed to and that are negative, you know. You can watch some of my other videos on like mental health and shit. I may re-upload some, but I don't really have like a clear route for this video. Maybe I should have written some points down, but in general, I think this is fruitful information for anybody, and it's okay. It's okay to acknowledge that everything is not okay, that things are not okay. It's totally okay. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks to people who've been lurking, commenting. You know, every one view is a good thing. I'm sure it provided utility to someone. So that's it. Have a great weekend. Be safe. COVID's getting worse. You know, again, like, you know, do the reading, get informed. Don't be a detriment to yourself, which leads to a detriment to everyone around you. And with things like that and being a detriment to people around you, the actions directly in your face are not going to be the only things that are going to be negative based off of your actions. So it's just try to, again, like, be real with yourself, you know. Take some time to learn yourself. Take some time to engage in some introspection, having self-awareness. And that's it, you know. GG. Love you all. Fun.